Hi and welcome to this week's episode of Forge, which is focus on revenue, growth and enterprise. That's sometimes difficult for me to get right because I'm dyslexic, but I'll admit that to you. These are our bite-sized learnings from over 2 decades as a managing director, but 20 years in the job, and I still believe I can learn things, and every day I want to learn something new. And because of that, and I mentioned I'm dyslexic, so this is really challenging, the thing that I do. I read a lot, and I get through and I get the knowledge that I need. And I want to mention some of the books that I have found to be fantastic. And this is one of them. This is The Diary of a CEO by Stephen Bartlett. And there's a little story behind this. Stephen Bartlett, first saw him on Dragon's Den. Didn't really ping much, didn't feel there was a great connection with him, thought he was another young upstart. And then I'll be honest, my opinion changed. I had a chance to go to an event where he was, and I met him, and I spent some time with him, and I talked to him, and there's a picture of me there with him, getting photographed with him. And oh my God, my opinion changed because this guy's great. He really knows his stuff. When you listen to his story, it's inspirational. And I've got a wall of inspiration. He's on it in my training room. And so I hadn't read his book by the time I got to go and see him, so I got his book and I read it. And the reason that I'm telling you that is that I believe everyone can always learn, which is hopefully why you're watching Forge, because you try and, I hope, take something from each episode that you can put in your business. And from this book, the thing that it refers to really early on in the book is that there are 5 buckets that you need to fill for a successful business. And I would also say a successful life. And I'm not here to preach life skills to anybody, but this book is helpful. And I'm going to go through the 5 buckets now, so then hopefully it will interest you enough to go off and buy the book and then read through it. Dyslexic or not, it's worth the effort. And bucket number 1 that Stephen refers to is what you know. It's known as your knowledge. And he advocates that you need to get your knowledge before you can take steps forward. Bucket number 2 is what you can do. That's different to your knowledge, that is your skills. And bucket number 3 is who you know, that is your network. And that will grow with your knowledge, and as you grow your knowledge and you grow your skills, your network will grow. And then bucket number 4 is your resources. What do you have? And finally, we get to bucket number 5, is what do they think of you, as in either your clients or the other people in your life. And because that is your reputation. And your reputation can't be built until you've got all the other buckets filled, and you can't skip a bucket. But if you do these buckets in this order, as this book tells you to do and helps you to do it and goes away and shows you the plan, I think it's fantastic, because once you've got your knowledge, then you can grow your skill set. And if you've got knowledge and skill set, you can then go out to a network of people. And when you get some resources around you, number 4, and you've got a network of people that you can talk to about your knowledge and skill, your reputation, bucket number 5, will then grow. And then you have to look after your reputation. So you have to then keep growing your knowledge, practicing your skill set, discussing what you can do with your network, accumulating your resources. That will then fund your reputation. So it's in this book, and that's what I am bringing to this episode of Forge. The fact that I would advocate the learnings from this book will help business owners who are new to any industry, or even people like myself. I've been doing this job for 20 years. I had some stats given to me 2 days ago. I've employed over 3,000 people doing it throughout my career. I have had over 3,000 employees. And I'm currently running 5 companies and turning over well in excess of 5 million. And I started from 34 pence doing the work myself on the tools, doing the job. So I didn't realise, when I analysed how I've done it, I've used the 5 buckets. I didn't know they existed when I was doing it. It was by pure chance. But that's why this book resonated with me, because I'd been doing it and following the steps. Now the key thing is to get the buckets in the right order, and you can't fill the next bucket until the current bucket is full, and you can't skip one. But for me, The Diary of a CEO is a fantastic book, and dyslexic or not, I ploughed through it and learned a lot. So that's what I would bring to my learnings this week, is this book. I had the opportunity to meet Stephen and to talk to him, and it was a fantastic time. I was there all day. So I would advocate this book for you to go away and read, and hopefully you find it as useful as me. That's my bite-sized learning for today, and that's it for this episode of Forge, and I hope to see you on the next episode. Bye for now.